Kang Ji-young was a kind person who didn't have a mama. He was always bullied by his friends in the academy. One day he was being bullied and one of his effects was ripped from him. Kang Ji was asked to pay so he could get his possessions back. Kang Ji offered a sum of $100 so that he could get his possessions back. They collected the sum from him, returned his possessions, and thanked him. He was being asked why he always acted like an angel. It turned out that he had his reasons for being kind to everyone. It turns out that one of his classmates, who was also his non-age friend, sounded like he was dating the bully. Feeling depressed, he asked Soo-jin if she was truly dating the bully, to which Soo-jin affirmed that she and the bully were dating. Flashback to the time when they were still youthful. A youthful Kang Ji was sitting beside the crying youthful Soo-jin and asked if she was okay, and he got a strange reply from the youthful Soo-jin. The youthful Soo-jin told him that she'll surely not marry someone like her father, who is vituperative and lacks care, but witnessed that she'll marry someone who's friendly. Back in the present, when Ji-eun reminded Soo-jin of her promises when she was youthful, she told Ji-eun that she had dated and was bored with friendly guys. She told him that she felt like dating bad guys. Ji-eun told her that he can be a mean Joe because of her. But Soo-jin didn't believe him because he always acts like an angel. When Soo-jin noticed that Ji-eun was being serious about him changing because of her, she contended that he should just be a normal, good friend for her. The bully intruded on their discussion by inviting Soo-jin to go to karaoke with him. When the bully noticed the presence of Ji-eun, he gave him a deadly regard and cursed at him at the same time. But Soo-jin explained to the bully that she and Ji-eun were nothing more than just childhood musketeers before walking down with him. Ji-eun later realized that his last 10 times of working hard to be a nice guy were for nothing and all his sweats had been wasted. With wrathfulness and depression, he went back to his home. At the entrance of his home, he was saluted by his uncles, proving that he wasn't lying about his family background. When he entered the living room and his uncle noticed a change in his expression, he asked him if everything was fine. Without vacillation, he prayed for his uncle to train him on how to be a bad Joe. His uncle was surprised by his unforeseen change of station, but later agreed on changing him from a good Joe to a bad Joe. His uncle began his training by giving him a new outfit that made him fully look like a bad guy. The next day, when Ji-eun went to the academy in the new outfit his uncle gave him, he surprised everyone with his unforeseen change. No one honored him at first. He entered the classroom ignoring everyone, unlike before where he'd hail them. Soon later, Soo-jin invited him to the cafeteria, which he agreed to attend, but later changed his mind and told Soo-jin to head to the cafeteria by herself. He also walks out of the academy, skipping classes for the first time ever in his life, and he walks with the other scholars who also skipped class. The bully prevaricated to a girl named Lee Yi-ji about them going to snare some food, in which she agreed. Well, they ended up in his house. When the girl noticed that she was being prevaricated to, she slighted this bully hard across his face as he tried to snare her. Ji-eun was watching everything from a safe distance and threw a gravestone at the bully, but it hit the girl rather, and also he threw another gravestone, which eventually hit the bully and he ran down from his catching spot. He seized Lee Yi-ji's arms as they ran down together. When they got to an open domain, they stopped with Ji-eun getting commodities for Lee Yi-ji, and he introduced himself as Ji-eun to Lee Yi-ji. Lee Yi-ji was surprised to know that he was the same angel as Ji-eun from her class. The bully also called her, and she pretended to know who she fled with, claiming she has no idea. As the bully walked back, he noticed that there was a commodity on the bottom, while the two other scholars returned to the academy. Some of Ji-eun's musketeers were confused as to why he looks like that. Ji-eun claims that he was determined to be a bad guy. Suddenly, Lee Yi-ji joins them in the cafeteria, and to avoid gratuitous commentary from his musketeers, Ji-eun walks down from them. Ji-eun begins to wonder if he'll be penalized for all that he's done. He leans against the door and notices that one of the rings given to him by his uncle is missing. Also, he started allowing himself to imagine where he could have lost it. He panics and searches for his lost ring, but he is suddenly demurred in the reverse by the bully. Soo-jin, Ji-eun's non-age friend, was watching without saying anything when the other girl asked the bully why he was taking it out on Ji-eun. The bully also questioned her about who she ran down with, and just as she was about to answer, she says the name Song Jong-seok, which is the name of another pupil in the class, but not just any ordinary pupil. The bully was hysterical about approaching Song Jong-seok, but does so anyway. Asking him to wake up, he also kicks his office, shocking everyone in the class. The bully grabs his shirt, but he counters by grabbing him and squeezing his arms to the point where he starts backing off. The bully looks at Ji-eun's face, and Ji-eun notices that he has the ring that he has been searching for. Lee Yi-ji also walked Ji-eun to the nanny's office, but Soo-jin stood there doing nothing. Ji-eun insists that it's okay and ends up walking alone. On appearance, the uncle noticed Ji-eun had been attacked and transferred them to a friend. Ji-eun told his uncle to stand down. His uncle used a strategic way to ask him who beat him up, and also Ji-eun gave a detailed explanation of what happened. Also, they told him that for him to win, he must beat the devil. On his way to academy the next day, still allowing about the situation, he noticed that Sujin had ended up with the bully again, making him angry. He also sees one of his musketeers with Li Yiji asking for help, but Li Yiji began to gawk at Jiang before he rose. He also tries to wring plutocracy from his musketeers. One of his uncles intimately set him up and noticed that he was exploiting his friend for plutocracy, which made him happy. Jiang asks for everything he has and receives $40, but the victim believes he'll admit the plutocrat later. Li Ji grabbed $10 and he kept the remainder. The bald uncle was still watching him. On his way back, he ran into the bully and noticed the ring he gave the youthful master, Jiang. The bald uncle came enraged and began hitting the bully. Back in the academy, the head teacher wants to talk to Jiang, asking what's wrong with him these days and why he is acting like that. The head teacher also asked to speak with his father, which caused Jiang to be horrified, and asked if his uncle could come, which the head teacher agreed to. When he got home and told his uncles, all the top uncles wanted to accompany him. They could not decide who should go, so they played the game rock, paper, scissors, and the bald uncle won the game. The coming day, he got dressed up like a gangbanger. On the way to the academy, the bald uncle teaches students how to speak and walk coolly. When they got close to the academy, everyone recognized who he was. The bald uncle also met with the pulsing head teacher. During the discussion, the head teacher mentioned Jiang as a problematic child. The uncle informs the head teacher about scholars draining other scholars at the academy, but the head teacher claims that no similar thing is happening. During the meeting, the bald uncle stands up and walks out the door, asking the head teacher to look after Jiang. As he walks out the door, the head teacher relaxes and realizes he'll never meet with Jiang's relatives again. Thanks so much for watching until the end. If you would like to see a part 2, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will release it. Also, please subscribe and turn the notifications bell on if you would like to see more anime, manga, manhwa, and manhwa content. We would really appreciate it if you do so, as it will massively help the channel. Furthermore, if you have any video ideas for us, also leave that in the comments section as well, as you never know, maybe we will include one of them if we think it is good enough. Thanks again, we will see you in the next video.